Hi, people. We're live. Happy Sunday, everyone. Guys, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Hi, everyone here. Just say hi so that I know that you are in here. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday, everyone. Please, if you are here, just say hi in the chat, okay? And then once we get a few people, we'll just start. Kindly hit hi. Just share hi in the comment section, please. I am just going. Just say hi. And you can actually click on the link as well. Yeah, I see 33 people have joined so far. Guys, kindly share the. Let me share this. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. People are writing. So, someone says guilty as charged says hi. Kosoko says hello. Emmanuel says hi. Maze Corner says hi. Ahmed Jewa Kim hi. Everybody hi 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 everybody. I have here somebody who thinks I'm from Congo. There's nothing wrong with Congo, but guys, do I even look like I'm Congolese? I mean, don't I
Uh,
look Nigerian enough? So, hi, hi, hi. Once we hit 50, we'll start talking. This is very, very important stuff that I know that it will inspire lots of people. I want you guys to hear. If someone says, come to Milton Keynes, where is it? Where is Milton Keynes? I'll come there. I've heard so much about it. Kim Smith says, I know, love you so much. Kim, let me see your face. Just join the link. Let me see your face. Kim, let me see your face. Just click on the link. Hey, Gaon, it's been so long. I look Congolese, eh? Hey, hey, hey. Yes, I look Nigerian enough. Yes. Yes, I'll come to Milton Keys. Just buy me a ticket. Kim, I love you so much too. Oh, of course I know Milton Keys is in the UK, but I mean, okay, so I have here so I am in Belfast. I'm in Northern Ireland. Good evening. Good evening, Sandra. Thank you so much. Yeah, I look so lovely like a Congolese today. Yeah. Jude, let me see your face. If you're not showing your face, don't come. Jude, let me see your face. Jude, just don't laugh. Don't laugh. Let me see your face. Hi, Rashida. Jude, let me see your face, eh? Or just say something. Come on, you have to join today. You have to let me see your face today. It's been so long. Okay. So guys, Jude, hey, hi. Oh, hi Jude. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hi,
Hi, Jude. Where are you from?
England,
I mean,
Nigeria.
originally. Jude, do I look Congolese?
No,
What do I look like?
I'll say Ghanaian.
Okay, if you did not know I was Ghanaian.
No, you look Ghanaian.
This gentleman here says I look Congolese.
Congolese, yeah. Oh,
Anyway, Jude, I'm going to interview him today. He's going to share a story. He was actually working in a warehouse. I don't know whether I was in the UK or Canada, but he's going to share. And then now he's a millionaire. He has cash sitting there like that. So today he's going to share. He's going to share his story. And then, are you excited to hear? Will you be able to join? Like, I mean, will you be able to stay through and listen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
weekend. I think
Yeah.
I can. Yeah,
Thank you so much for joining. So
yeah.
we're starting now. I think we're about 50 people now. So we're starting now. The Amanza says watching from Canada. Thank you so much, guys. So Jude, enjoy. You can put all your questions there and then he will answer. Thank you so much for showing your face. Kim, yes, Kim, you can join. I just shared the link. Yeah. So let's get started. So, sir, looks like you don't know me, so I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Nanel and I know you are Ephemena Ikro, and I know you are one of the founders of 10 Analytics. And I know you were once working in a warehouse in the UK. Was it in the UK? And now you got some cash.
yes.
And I hear you're doing very very well. Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly, you would want to stay and watch this interview till tail. He's got something very exciting to share. Thank you so much for joining. Kimberly, do you have anything to say? Kimberly, you're muted.
Oh, sorry, Nanel.
Yeah,
How are you
yeah,
doing?
so good. How are you?
I'm good. It's lovely to see you. Not in person, but I'm really glad to see you. I love you so much.
Same.
And thanks for your advice because it's your advice that brought me here. So thank you so
Oh,
much.
oh,
Love
thank you
you.
so much.
Mwah, mwah, mwah,
You
mwah.
would want to wait and hear more advice in this particular interview as well.
It's for my husband. So I want to share the link to him. He's in the
Please
IT
do.
space. Yeah,
Please,
yeah,
please do.
yeah.
And share it on your WhatsApp as well. Thank
Okay,
you
yeah.
so much,
Thank
love.
you.
Why
Bye.
are you doing it?
I'm in Cambridge.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, love.
Nice meeting you.
Same here. Bye. Oh. Okay. So, Mr. Ephema, please introduce yourself. Aside the things that I have said about you, and then just briefly something little about yourself.
All right. So my name is Ephima. Okay, and I'm Nigerian. Okay. So just a little bit about myself. I'm a tech professional, but I didn't start that way. I studied I studied at Leeds City University in Ibadan, like Nigeria, and started working as a management consultant back home in Nigeria. Also did that for about 4 years. And while I was working as a management consultant, I felt the need to, back then as a consultant, it would take me like over 7 years for me to attain a senior manager level. So I felt like I just felt like 7 years was a bit too long for me to get to that level in my career. So I decided to make a career change. And long story short, it took me about 2 years for me to transition into the tech space. 2 solid years of working and learning and try and error, all that and all that. And eventually I relocated to Ireland. So I worked in the warehouse in Ireland. You asked the question. So I worked in the warehouse in Ireland, and thereafter I was able to get a job as a business intelligence developer back then. So it took me 2 years. So quite a number of people are looking at transitioning. Feels like it's going to be very quick, but it took me about 2 years for me to make that transition. So currently, I've worked across different roles within the tech ecosystem. I work as a data analyst, data scientist, data engineer, AI developer, Power Platform developer. I have done quite a number of things. Currently, I do more data implementation, AI implementation. So organizations are looking to implement AI. I do that also. So I also do a little bit of data analytics implementation and data science implementation, depending on the client. Really, that's what
Yeah.
I do at the moment,
Now,
alongside building analytics. Yeah.
our focus right now is how did you just jump from being a warehouse worker to getting into IT? What happened from there to now? What happened?
So really, when I moved to Ireland, okay, this was a while ago. So when I moved to Ireland, it was a bit difficult to get a job, and I was doing my masters. So I brought cash from Nigeria to Ireland back in the day, and it was just I was just looking at, okay, I can't keep spending my money. All right. Everybody talks about survival jobs. So, the next best thing for me to do was to get a job in the warehouse. So I was working in the warehouse. Even after I finished my master's, because I felt like after my master's, I should get a job.
A
I
good
could
job.
tell any recruiter or employer that I have a master's in data analytics and data science and all that, and that would open ways for me. That was my thought process. But eventually, I was unable to get a job. Okay, so I kept even after my masters, I kept working in the warehouse, and that was
Okay.
where frustration set in and all that. But eventually, like I said, I started learning back in Nigeria before I even relocated. So I started learning data analytics, Excel, Power BI, Python here and there, and all that. But eventually, when I mentorship is very important. I actually spoke to somebody in Ireland back then, and that person was the person that kind of opened way for me to ensure that these are the things you need to do. These are the mindset I had in Nigeria that I was bringing to Ireland, and that was what was hindering me from getting my job and all that. So,
So
long story short, I have a detailed presentation I'm still going to make towards that, alongside the session today.
okay.
Yeah,
So you did data science in Ireland as a master's program. Is that
as a
what you did?
master's program. Yes,
And
that's
even
right.
after that, you were still struggling to get a job.
I more than struggled. I over struggled. So I struggled in getting a job. I also deviated a little bit. Okay, so a friend of mine got a job as a software developer. So I left the data and started learning software development. Another friend of mine got a job as a product designer, left that one again, went to product design. So you see all those movement from one career to the other, wasted another couple of months, and that accumulation led to that 2 years I spoke about earlier.
So basically, sorry to catch you. Basically, you were just desperate. So when you hear that, oh, Bishola has gotten a job in this sector, now you go and learn that one so that you probably get a job. When you hear that
Yeah,
another person has gotten a job in this sector, you go and learn about that, and you wasted
exactly.
so many years. But what was the breakthrough? What was that one thing that finally got you a job? And mhm.
I would say number one was mentorship. There's a popular parlance in Nigeria, follow Uno road. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, follow who no road. Yeah, there's a song in Ghana even with that. Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. So it's follow the person that knows the way. So if you know, that's where mentorship comes in. So the way I was applying for jobs, the way I was interviewing for roles, the way my CV was structured and everything, those were the things that were hindering me in getting a job. Not
Okay.
that I couldn't package myself properly, okay, but it wasn't packaged enough for me to get a job. And eventually, when a person went through my LinkedIn, went through my CV, we did a bit of preparation sessions, interview preparation session. That actually opened more opportunities for me. And you see, that's where mentorship comes in. And one thing I like to tell most people is people are relocating, okay? And the notion is it's difficult for you to get a job outside the country. If you get outside the country, you're black, you're African, it's going to be very difficult for you to get a job. Your accent is going to, is going to set you aside. The name, at one point, I wanted to remove Ephima from my CV and just put the word Michael. But that's what people told me that I needed to do in order for me to get interviews and all that. But that's just fallacious. Eventually, I used the same name, the same experience I had before, were the things I just, used in order for me to get the job I was looking for. So you see, most of the people that are relocated don't get the right information. Okay, luckily for me, I had just two people I knew that relocated to the UK and were able to get a job. One of them was working with Facebook, Meta now, and the other person was working with the Bank of America. So I was like, okay, these people went from Nigeria, went to the UK, and they were able to get a job working, and they were doing very well at the point. So I was like, I should be able to achieve the same thing. But you see, a lot of people will tell you, go and get this, you can't get a job. So also for 5 years, clean and this and that and work in warehouse till you get your ILR, blah, 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 and all that. So it depends on where you're getting your advice from at the end of the day. Do you understand?
Wow. So for those who don't know what a warehouse operative is or warehouse worker, what exactly do you do in a warehouse?
So for warehouse, so at the time, I worked with DPD. For the guys in Nigeria, for the guys in
Definitely.
the UK, Ireland, and even across Europe, DPD is one of the biggest logistics. So I worked with DPD. I was just lifting boxes. So a lot of parcels. So if you order a product on Amazon, you order something on Amazon, you order something on Curry PC World, you order something online. Essentially, that product has to be delivered to you. So what DPD does is they have different centers where those products are being delivered to, and we have a central hub in Athlone. Back then it was in Athlone. It's still in Athlone. So in Athlone, Ireland, okay, and that central hub is like a massive place, like a place where every all the parcels are being sorted. So essentially, all the muscles I have today is not because I went to the gym. It
I
was
was
in a
about to say it. That's where you got your muscles from. So it wasn't all bad.
It
All
was
the
good. It
courage.
was good. It was good exercise. And
Yeah.
the thing about the perception is you're African, you have muscles, you have strength. And they didn't give me the very good trailers, like the fantastic soft trailers. So if you order for the laptop, that's fine. The laptop it's not too heavy. But imagine you sorting machinery parts, machine parts, spare parts and all that. So I was lifting every stuff like almost every night. So it was usually night shift. So I usually work between 5 in the evening, sometimes 4 in the evening, till like 2, 3 in the morning. All right, then I close for the shift, and that's clockwork every single day like that. Sometimes it's earlier than 4 p.m. Sometimes it could be earlier. So all you do is just carry boxes, put on the machine goes ahead, sorts it, and all that. So your job is just lifting every stuff. That's it.
And
So
I
working.
guess how much was your salary at the time then?
Honestly, I think that's where people get it mixed up. Okay, and that's a very good question. So while I was working in the warehouse, my pay was about 13 euros. It was the highest amongst all the people doing menial job. Was the highest at the time.
30
13,
euros an hour.
13, 1 3.
13, 1 3. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
13 euros per hour. Okay, and
Okay.
it was good money. I was at one point I was earning with getting extra shift and all that. I was earning almost 1,000 euros every week. All
Every
right.
week.
So now I'm coming from Nigeria, and I'm seeing I'm getting 1,000 euros. There's nobody that would not feel like I need to work more hours in order for me to make more money. So I got distracted again. That's part of the distraction I talked about. Okay, I got distracted, and I felt like I needed to work more hours in order for me to make more money. So if I work, normally I work about 60, 70 hours. If I do more hours, all right, clocking as much hours as possible, I will be clocking in more money. Okay, but it just means that I don't have a life.
That's that
Okay,
that's the poverty mentality.
yeah, exactly. But when you're coming from Nigeria, it feels like you are making 1,000 euros at the time was way more than 600,000 naira. Do you get me? So I was like, let me do this hustle for the next 2 years. But now, what changed my mind was there was a senior colleague in that place, and there was a senior guy. He had been there for about, I would say, going on 8 years. Okay, so I was asking him what his pay was, and his pay was just 5 euros more than mine. So I was like, okay, another reality check was that, okay, if I do this for the next 5 years, it means that I'm going to be earning the same 4,000, 5,000 euros per month. All right, so if I make 1,000 euros every week, that's about 4,000. If I work more, it probably spills into 5,000 every month. For the next 5 years, that's what I'm going to be doing. All right, but that's not what I want to do. All right, and this guy was like 8 years in, I was just 5 years more. Okay, so I was like, nah, I need to get a better job. Okay, that's a different mindset. So it's not putting more hours and getting less pay. The whole idea is working less hours and actually getting more money. All right,
Exactly.
and that's where the tech space really just transformed everything for me. Honestly.
So how did you first get your first IT job?
All right.
How? What did you have to do to get that first one?
All right. So a lot of learning, to be honest with you, a lot of
Learning.
learning. Number
Okay.
one. Number
Was it
two.
by yourself? Sorry, was it by yourself or
Yeah, I paid for some courses at the
okay?
time. I paid for some courses, but one thing I noticed was I paid for some courses. I also did a lot of projects, personal projects myself. So I would say I'm very, very curious. I'm a curious person. So anything I'm learning, I like to work on projects. So I develop these projects by myself, and I get to work on it. Either I go on Kaggle or I go on some other website to get data, or I think of a problem. There was a time that they deleted Buhari's tweets. If you remember, that was a Nigeria situation. So there were a lot of complaints and discussion on Twitter. So what I did was, okay, I wanted to deploy machine learning to get what people were saying about that particular situation. So what I did was to extract data, tweets from Twitter at the time, and I did machine learning to sentiment analysis, word analysis, and all that. And I was able to come up with like a detailed report. And that was part of my portfolio. Okay, so number one thing was to learn. Okay, learning was the first thing I prioritized. Okay, after learning, the next thing was packaging myself. And that's where I talked about CV review, LinkedIn optimization, interview preparation, and all that. Those are the things I put ahead of every other thing. So eventually, I was able to put all these things together in order for me to get the job I was looking for. So getting the job, honestly, and I was still telling Adeza, the founder, we were talking about this, and I was telling him that most people think that experience is most people think that experience comes from them working on a job. So I need to get a job in order for me to get experience. And let me tell you this, the first job I got, I used a dashboard I built personally to get that job. And the dashboard was an Arsenal dashboard. I'm an Arsenal fan. So, like I said, I'm curious. Okay. So, at the time, I wanted to find out in EPL performance when you're looking at English Premiership League. All right. I wanted to understand how has Arsenal performed so far in the history since when they joined the EPL till date. I wanted to know what's the best team, what's the total goals scored, and all that. So I went online, got a link, I extracted the data from a website, brought it into Power BI, and I built like a very interesting dashboard, okay, with visualizations, with animations, and all that. And you see, when they called me for an interview for this particular role, okay, for that particular role, I presented it to the guy, okay, and the guy was excited. He was like, "You
You're
did
lucky
it."
you're lucky it wasn't a female that day who's not interested in football like this.
It was actually a female. Her name is
Oh, that's
Rose.
a female. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, her name was Rose. She
Okay.
was excited. She was like, "You did this. Nobody told you to do it. You literally, it was just something, a fun project for yourself, and you did this." So that basically showed that I had experience working with Power BI. Okay, I could extract data, I could perform visualization, some analysis, and so on. And that's how I got the role. All right.
And
Now,
what year was that?
what'd you say?
What year was that first IT role you got abroad? What year was it?
That was in 2019 or
Do you
thereabout.
want to share how much you were earning then?
Okay, the first role, okay, that's a very good question. So the way I would explain it, I was working in a warehouse. I was working with DPD, working in the warehouse. Now, the first job I got as a business intelligence developer was also with DPD.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was working in the warehouse, okay, and a role came up within, within the organization. Okay, and everybody I spoke to were a bit skeptical because they felt like they were going to use their brain to work, and I was like, "Yeah, this is data. This is what I love to do." I
Yeah.
applied for the role, did the interview, and I was able to get the job. Get the job. Now the first salary, that salary was about 35 grand, 35,000 euros, 35,000 euros. It wasn't fantastic,
Hey,
right?
35,000
35,000.
is not fantastic.
At the time, it wasn't fantastic. It wasn't. It wasn't. That was. I knew. Like I said, I had a friend of mine that had gotten jobs. Okay, and the least of them were getting jobs about 47,000. Okay, the least was about 47. The highest at the time was about 60 grand, and that was like first job in Ireland. We all did our masters together. So I was like 35 to like it was a bit low. So I was like, okay, do you know what? I'll just take it in. Okay, and the job wasn't offering sponsorship at the time. So it was just 35K without any perks, no benefits, just 35, just your salary, that's it. So, I usually tell most people that learn, package, apply. Learn, package yourself, and apply for jobs. You learn the skills. The next thing is to package yourself. Have a great CV, have a great LinkedIn profile, work on projects, build projects. Even if it's personal projects, build as many as possible. And the next thing is apply. You meet the requirements, you don't meet the requirements, apply for the job. Do you understand? So I'll say it again: learn, package,
Okay.
and apply.
Okay.
All right. So when I got that DPD job and I started doing the job, okay, as a business intelligence developer, I started looking like, is this what took me 2 years to get it? Like to get? Is this really what I will be doing as a BI developer? So at the time, and I said like, okay, do you know what? Let me apply for more roles. Okay, I know this thing. This is what I'm doing currently. I can do way more than this. I've learned way above all these things I'm doing currently. Let me apply to more senior roles. Started applying. It took me a period of about 4 months, and eventually I got another job offer with Dell. Dell also, that's the computing company in Ireland. I got another company with Dell. Okay, and the job with Dell was paying about for almost 50 grand, about 50 grand if I remember. So that's a 15K jump from 35 to about 50K. Right? I was excited, so I went to meet my boss at the time. I told my boss that, okay, Baba, I've gotten another job. I've gotten another job. The guy is a very nice guy. I told him I had gotten another job, and the offer is very great. I'll be leaving DPD for that particular role. And he said I should give him a day. That I shouldn't respond to them just yet. I shouldn't respond to the guys just yet. That's them. That I should give him to the next day. And the next day he came in. He told me that, okay, do you know what? We would offer you sponsorship. Okay, we would offer you we will match the offer from Dell. So they were matching the offer. They were giving me sponsorship, and there were additional perks that came
Wow.
with this. And this is a period of, and I was working in a warehouse just about a few months ago. So a few months working in the warehouse, got a job, got another job, became with Dell. They matched the offer, offered sponsorship and other perks alongside with the
Wow.
offer itself. So I was excited. I was like, there's no need for me to apply for a job. I'm already in 50K, which is reasonably okay for me.
Yeah.
And they're going to give me sponsorship. And the thing with Ireland is you need to be with that company for about 2 years in order for you to, get your stamp 4 visa at the time.
Okay.
So that was enough for me to stay with them for 2 years. At least let me earn my 50K and be okay. But
Yeah.
you see, the thing about applying for jobs is that you don't know when it's going to materialize. Okay. So another offer, another job that I'd applied for and I didn't forgotten to apply for came again. Okay. And I, put in the application, did the interviews and everything. And that I got that job again. That
Wow.
job was more than what Dell was offering and what I was offered from DPD. So I
Wow.
went again to meet my boss, and I told him that this was just in the period of another less than a month or 2 months, going on 2 months. Yeah. So I told him again that I've got another.
You are not loyal.
So that was literally what he was laughing at. He was like, "If you're not low, you're like." I said, "But I don't have to tell the guy that it's not like that. I mean, this offer, it's a wonderful place to work. It was literally very close to DPD back in Ireland then, but they were paying way more. All right, and it's a multinational organization, bigger than DPD. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take it. Now, guess what? That job was also a contract job. It was a 9 month contract job.
Hmm.
Okay, I was paid, and contract jobs usually pay more than full time offers, full time jobs.
Yeah.
So I went ahead to take the contract without sponsorship. So I left sponsorship. I was very, very reckless with my decisions back in the days. So I left sponsorship, 50K salary, and I went to get just better money, better experience, better everything. Okay. So at the point when I started with that company, I started to look like just about 6 months, less than 6 months ago, I was working in a warehouse. I'd gotten a job with DPD, I'd gotten a job with Dell, gotten a job with a new company. Okay. And I felt like, okay, I can actually get 100K this year. Okay, that's in euros. I was already above. I was close to 60K. I was above 60K already. So I was like, I can actually get 100K. So in just a period of 6 months, I'd changed jobs and landed the job and that's literally the case. So I moved from Ireland and I moved to the UK, and the UK is a gold mine.
Is it?
It's a delicious place to live.
What is the most you've seen an IT person or people in this discipline earn?
So that's why I think IT in the UK is beautiful. Okay, I never knew about this in Ireland, but they have contract jobs in the UK. So they call them inside IR35 and outside IR35. I don't know if you've seen those, inside and outside IR35. So it's tax systems, anyways. So and this is part of mentorship. Yeah. So I met a guy. His name is Femi. Okay, Femi told me that, if when I was talking to him and I was like, oh, he knows people that are earning about £800 per day from one job. And they were doing about three, four of that job, about two, three of that jobs. Okay. So £800 per day. I was like, that's impossible. And we went online, we did the search together, and it was showing me, where I could get jobs like that. So I was excited. I was like, I can get a job that is going to pay me £800 every day, where I was earning 13 euros
Yeah.
per hour. Do you understand? So I was like, okay, let's see. And the first one I actually got was £300 per day. That was the first ever contract role I did in the UK. Was about £300 per day. Okay, and it was inside, meaning that they removed the taxes before I got my money. So I was getting about give or take £250 per day for working. Okay, so and the work wasn't too stressful. So I could add another one to it. So I added another one to it. That one was paying about £400, okay, per day. So £300, £400, and I had a full time job that I was
Wow.
doing at the time that was also paying me salary. So but I didn't have a life. Okay, my
Were you
stay in the
married?
UK. I was married. Yes, newly married at the time. Yeah,
Oh,
so I was working.
you're not a good man, if
I
man.
wasn't good at the time. I wasn't, but we're chilled now.
Yeah.
So that first, I mean, I stayed in the UK for about going on 3 years, and I worked. I worked, and I tell most people that if you're in the UK, you can't say you are broke or you can't get a job. Now, take for example what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say earlier. I'm a data professional. Okay, I know how to use Power BI very well. Now, even in the UK, just go on any job board, go on read.co.uk, go on JobServe, go on CB Library, and just type in Power BI. So if you're very good in Power BI, you're just good to only one tool, Power BI. Just type in Power BI and search, you see Power BI developer roles, just Power BI. That will pay you as much as 250, 300, £400 per day in the UK. Now, I'm not talking about sponsorship. Some people are looking for sponsorship jobs. That's a full time job. It's not a contract job. But I mean, if at the end of the day, you need to see the future. You need to see that, okay, if I get a job today as a data analyst, sponsorship and all that, in the next couple of years, these are the kind of opportunities that I can actually get into and make as much as I can. So project management, the same thing. Business analyst, the same thing. There are tons of opportunities in the UK that would guarantee you financial success that you cannot even believe that you could have. That's kind of thing that would expose you to. Yeah.
Now, somebody is watching us and is also in a situation like maybe not a warehouse, or maybe a warehouse, or maybe a cleaner, maybe a carer, and they're looking to also transition into tech to make good money. For them, they're not even looking for 100,000. They don't want to be as greedy as yourself. They're just looking for something little. They're just looking for something okay, you know. How do they start?
All right. So that's honestly the reason why we started analytics is of this experience myself
Yeah.
and I did that ad. So getting a job seems like a very massive mountain in front of me, like a massive hill. How do I climb this massive mountain? That's why we started. Because when we got to the top, when we got the first job, we were asking ourselves this question. Myself and Adeza, we've known ourselves for the last 10 years. And we're asking ourselves this question. How how is it that we spend 2 years in order for us to get this job? 2 solid years of work, midnight reading, failures of interviews and all that. And eventually we got the job. And how, long story short, that's how we started analytics. How can we help all the Africans that are literally in the same situation that we were? How can we help them get a job in the space? So simple, we have our training programs designed in order for you to get a job, not to help you learn the things that you need in order for you to get a job. So we have the learning aspect. Okay, so the learning aspect is divided into 8 distinct career paths. Okay, so distinct career path: data analytics, data science, data engineering, agile project management, cybersecurity, HR analytics, financial analytics, and business analysis. Okay, I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier, but yeah, those are the 8 career paths. And the reason why we went ahead to those 8 career paths is because of 2 things, 3 things actually. Number one is ease of learning. Okay, you see a lot of people that say that, oh, I want to get a new job. Okay, I don't want to spend another 2 months, 5 months, or 8 months reading and studying and reading and all that. Ease of learning, ease of transitioning, meaning that you can easily get a job. So if you learn the skill today, you can put yourself out there and you can get a job. The last one is high and rewarding salary. So those 8 career paths I discussed, these were the 3 reasons we got them: ease of learning, ease of transitioning. You learn and you can get a job. That's the second one. The third one is the high salary. Everybody's looking for a higher pay, pay, better compensation, and all that. So those are the 8 career paths that we focused on. Okay, so if you're looking at getting started, those are the 8 career paths that we can guarantee you have the highest success of you getting a job that affords you the kind of lifestyle, the kind of salary that you're looking for. Now, the learning aspect is there. Okay, so we have the learning aspect: self-paced learning and instructor-based learning. So the reason why we have it mixed like that, self-paced and instructor-led, is also very simple. Take for example, for me, I like to learn by myself, but I also like to listen to people teach me. Okay, so we're asking the question: how do we merge people that have fast learning and slow learners? How can we merge them together? Okay, so that's the reason why we have the self-paced and the instructor-led classes. So you have videos that you can watch, but you also have live classes where an instructor, an experienced professional, would also hold your hands and guide you through the learning process. Now that's the learning aspect. Now the other aspect is employability. Okay. So, like I said earlier, I was using my Nigerian CV to apply for jobs in the UK, in Ireland back then. I got massive rejection emails. My email was literally stocked up with rejection email. Sometimes I apply for a job and the next few seconds I'm getting a rejection email. That's how bad it was. So mentorship, okay, that's where it comes in. So we help you with your LinkedIn, with your CV, okay, revamp and review it, LinkedIn optimization, how to navigate the job market. So, I mentioned something earlier. So, if you're a data analyst and you know how to use Power BI, there are jobs that you could actually take on. Most people don't know. Most people think that, oh, I learned business analysis. The only job I can apply for are business analyst roles. No, there are process improvement roles. There's change management. There is, process improvement and all that. There are quite a number of other roles that you could actually take on. Okay, so we help you with CV, LinkedIn optimization, how to navigate the job market, interview preparation. Literally, your one-stop buddy that would help you learn, package, and apply for jobs and help you assist you until you get that job. That's exactly. And you have lifetime access. So lifetime access to the materials, lifetime access to the instructors, lifetime access to guidance, mentorship, and all that. Lifetime. So it's one per time, okay, but you are going to be with us for life. Do you understand? All right. So nobody said Femina looks cute. That's interesting.
Hey, it's not feminize me.
Oh, I thought it was Ephimena. You look cute. You look so cute. I thought it was Ephimena, honestly.
Hey, it's me. Don't take my. So,
Um,
so I know very well that there are probably people that would want to speak with yourself or any member of the team. And for those people, I have left a link here, guys. Okay. I've left a link here that you can use to join the WhatsApp community. Okay. My WhatsApp community in collaboration with 10 Analytics. Okay. That you can use to join and then speak to one of the members or one of the 10 Analytics, team members, and they would explain to you. He's mentioned so many pathways. Okay. You're probably very confused, don't know which one to go for. But like I always say, based on your past experience, based on your past knowledge, there's definitely one that will suit you more, okay, or most. And if you have a one-on-one chat with any of them by clicking on the link and joining the WhatsApp chat, you will be able to have a chat with them and then be able to decide on which path to go for. Somebody mentioned, and what about someone in Nigeria? So like it doesn't matter where you are. We've said this so many times. Wherever you are, they once you join, you'll be able to have access online and then join. Okay, and it doesn't even matter the time zone or the time difference. You can always watch back even already recorded videos. Okay, based on your schedule. But like I always say, if you are not ready, maybe you have some commitments at the moment, just don't join. You have to be fully ready for it. They can make the most out of it. Yes, I was blushing. Yes, the comment was nice. G Gap says, I like the skill set, but I want to pay monthly. My deputy bank manager is against any kind of borrowing. I think there's a way to pay monthly as well if you want to join, and I'll leave all the links. You just click on that link, okay? I'm just going to invite a few people to come on and ask FMNA a question. Maybe one or two people, okay? So if you want to ask FMNA, I've asked so many questions, and I feel like sometimes you guys get bored about it. So I want one of you guys watching to come and ask. Maybe it's probably what he said just some few seconds ago that you're not sure of, okay? Or you want to ask a question yourself. Just join on the live. Bright, do you want to say something? Hello, Bright. Bright, do you want to say something? Bright. Okay. I don't know if Bright is shy. Guys, so you can click on the StreamYard link and then you can join and then ask FMNI your question. I would really appreciate it if you show your face. Okay. So FMNI, as we are waiting for somebody to come on and ask the question, um, how much is it? What are we talking about here? We don't want the video to be so long. We've done about 38 minutes so far. Let's talk about how to join, okay, and everything else.
all right. Very good question. So, in terms of joining, you'll send the WhatsApp link so people can join the WhatsApp community. The WhatsApp
Yeah.
community, it's literally your avenue to speaking to any of our team members, including
Okay.
myself,
Okay.
asking all the right questions, that all the puzzling questions that you might have, essentially. So, you're coming from this background, you have this experience, you've not learned any question. Literally, you can join the WhatsApp community and ask your question. So, once you join the community and you're interested in any of the career path, the training program is $750 discounted. The actual price is actually $900. Okay, so the actual price is $900, but it is discounted. We're doing a 20% discount for the first 20 people to register after the session. Okay, so if you're interested, it's $750. Now you're not expected to pay $750. All right, at a go, you can pay up to 5 installments. Okay, so you have 5 monthly installments in which you can actually pay that particular amount of money. So as long as you are looking at that, so it brings it down to. Let me just see if I can bring up the link and share it in the community also for you guys to gain access to it real quick. So I
Yeah.
just want to drop the link to the payment channel so everyone can get experience or can click on the link to get it. Okay, just give me
Yeah.
a second.
So
Um,
Jesus is Lord Media is saying that after the program and someone in Nigeria get a sponsorship job. So Jesus is Lord Media. So first of all, when you join the analytics platform, okay, let's say you do the training, they help you like FMNA says, it says learn and then what's apply. No, you said learn,
Package and apply.
package and apply. So obviously, after you've done the course, with Ten Analytics, they also give you job experience. Okay, they have a sister company where you are going to do your internship there. So after that, you'll be able to boast on your CV to say that you've actually done project. Okay, and then they'll help you with the packaging of your LinkedIn profile, your CV. They'll coach you for interview sessions, and then on their platform, they have paid platforms that gives them job job offers or job vacancies with visa sponsorship. Okay, so they will pull out some of these vacancies onto the platform, and then you can apply. Okay, and what Mr. Deza always says is that it's not like it's conk that you're going to get the job if you apply. Someone is saying, truth be told, analytics is great. Much love to all the facilitators. Yes. Um, Yes, so they you have a higher chance, but they are not promising to get you a visa sponsored job after you finish the program. No. But you know how the UK is massively recruiting people in the IT and tech space. And now they're even saying that if you don't earn over 41,000 a year, you're not even going to come to the UK to work as a skilled worker visa. I don't know any job category that pays that much unless you're in the IT sector. Not some doctors don't even earn that much. Okay, so it's only positives for this particular sector. I always say, um, yeah. I don't know if Mr. FMNA would like to add something, or I don't know if somebody would like to come on and then ask a question. Okay,
So yeah,
you uh huh
yeah, just to talk on the sponsorship aspect, okay?
yeah
So most people are looking at sponsorship job as
yeah
there is a place where they apply for sponsorship job. In
mm,
my own situation, for example, I did not apply for a sponsorship. I've never for one day gone online to look for sponsorship job. Every job I've gone to, had eventually sponsored me. All right, to stay in the country. First, there was Ireland. I moved to the UK, and there was the same thing. All right, so there are strategies that you could actually deploy that would still get you the sponsorship at the end of the day. So if you're looking at, if I'm currently in Nigeria, and you want to get a job in the UK, you probably have to do 2x more than what the people in the UK are currently doing. Yeah.
for me, I even if I was in Ghana, I would not even want to get a job in the UK at the moment. I would rather look for, these IT jobs, most of them are remote. You can work from the comfort of your home. I would rather focus on getting one like that so that I'll be paying Ghana rent or Ghana mortgage. Meanwhile, I'll be earning from a UK company, getting paid in pounds. That is even the better option for me. That's what I think, honestly. Someone is saying, you will get a job by putting your service in the contractor website. You will obtain sponsorship immediately. Okay. Victoria is saying, can I get a remote job while being in Ghana after doing data analysis as a nurse? You can't get a remote job. And I've shared a story before that I met an old friend of mine. I'll mention her name, Yadufi. We were in the same senior high school together. I was coming from the US to Belfast, and I was transiting at Heathrow, and we met. She was also going to the US, and we met there. When we met there, apparently the whole time that she's been in Ghana after Ken USD, she was working for an American company, was receiving in dollars, and she was introduced to this by her lecturer on campus. So the whole time in Ghana, Desmond wants to ask a question. She was earning dollars in Ghana right after school, and she was getting paid very good money, and it was data analysis that she was doing. That was the first time that I said this thing. At that time, I had not even heard of 10 analytics. I had not. That was the first time I was like, nah, this I should look into this. So yes, and I feel like that's even better than being here. Because remember, when you are here, the bills are a lot, right? So don't be so focused on visa sponsored jobs. Honestly, if you are here already in the UK, fine. But I feel like if you are in other places like Nigeria, you should really focus on remote IT jobs. And for these companies, that'll pay you well. Desmond,
Hello, Nanel.
yes, darling. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Desmond, where are you from?
Um,
What have I been asking? You're Boache, you're Ghanaian.
I'm Bachi, yeah, I'm Ghanaian.
Any question for Mr. Femena?
Okay, sir, thank you for your presentation. Please, I want to ask, after your training, will you assist an individual to get a job, or the person have to wait and search out?
Nah. Okay. So the thing is, we don't tell you to wait till the end of your program to get a job. Okay. So you could actually get a job. even before you conclude your training program. We've had people that have started like a month into the training program and they've gotten the job. We have people that have started and 2, 3 months into the training itself, they're able to learn their job. Some people wait to the end, they get their job. So there's no time frame to when we assist you to get in the job. When you start learning within the first month, within the first 6 weeks, we would have worked on your LinkedIn profile, we would have helped you with your CV review, all right? And then after 6 weeks, you can start to push in terms of job applications and all that. We also have mentorship sessions where we bring in mentors, myself, Adeza, and other experts to come speak to you as to how you can package yourself and apply and put yourself out there and even prepare for interviews. Now, if you get an interview, we would also prepare you for that interview. Okay, so once you get your offer and you get start the job, eventually you need support on the job support. So if you have a particular task that is a tad bit harder than you envisage. So what do? We'd also provide support in terms of helping you solve that particular problem. So in terms of CV review, links optimization, mentorship sessions, how to navigate the job market, what kind of jobs can you apply to, how to apply to this job, and so on and so forth. All the way to you getting the job and we helping you, assisting you, putting your training wheels, okay, helping you when you get that job, we'll still assist you to that. So you don't need to wait till the end of the training program. Like I did, one of the mistakes I made, all right, is what we are trying to implement with people. So I waited till I finished my masters before I started applying for jobs. Okay, that wasn't smart in any way. So we tell most people you become more desperate after you feel like you've learned all these things for the next last 6 months. Okay, I need to get a job now. I've learned 6 months already. I've wasted 6 months. Not necessarily wasted, but I've invested 6 months. I need this thing to get a job quickly. So rather than waiting for 6 months, you could actually start within the next 8 weeks, within the next 6 weeks, and half it. So it would help you all through get your job essentially.
Somebody will also say that because Mr. Ephemena is a co-founder, obviously he'll make it sound very nice. But I asked the other founder, Mr. Deza, to bring people that have actually been through their program and have been successful in our working. I have done so many interviews with some of their past students and the alumni, those that are working now. And I'll try and link them when we finish this live, I'll try and link them in the comments so you can go and watch. For some people, Desmond, let me be honest, they didn't get a job immediately. For some people, they didn't get a job. But when they eventually did, they got very well paying jobs based on the skill and everything else. Okay, so they are not promising you, but the thing is that there's so many jobs for this particular discipline. Okay, and because their training is good and they will give you internship and mentorship, and then they help you with packaging yourself, okay, and building your portfolio. It makes it much easier. That's the truth. Okay. But
Okay.
I'll connect other people that have been through other students as well that you can probably even you know connect with them and ask them personal questions if you have any. Okay. Where
Okay.
are you this one at
Thank
the
you so
moment?
much. I'm in Kumasi.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me. Bye
All
bye.
right. Okay. Bye bye. Guys, if you have any other questions like this one as well, raising $750, it's not easy. Okay. Especially if you're not earning abroad, you are in Ghana. Converting this money is not easy. So I know that you probably want to understand exactly what you're paying for, and you should call and ask your questions. Mr. FMN, do you have anything to add? Guys, yes, Victoria says I'm rolling in ASAP. Yes, Victoria, please do. I have starred the link to enroll. I have starred it in the comment section so you can get started. Someone is saying how many months for the training? I have no experience with IT or tech.
All right, so the entire program is for 8 months, okay? 6 months of learning and 2 months internship experience, okay? So 6 months of you learning, like I mentioned earlier, you have the self-paced learning and you also have access to instructor-based learning. So you have an expert that will literally hold your hands and guide you through the learning process. But you still have self-paced videos to help you learn at your own pace. So while you're in your house just relaxing, you can actually learn. Then weekends you have your live classes, with your instructor. That's going to be for 6 months. Then the other 2 months is going to be internship based. So where you're going to be interning and working on live, real life projects based off real businesses literally across the board. So in order for you to build that experience and the skills that you need in order for you to get a job that you're looking for, like I said earlier, most of the experiences, most of the jobs I get, even to date, are based on my personal projects. So most people think that experience comes from only when they get a job. That's not the case. So that's exactly why we give you the internship experience to give you that experience, project based experience that you need in order for you to get a job. So those are the things that we put together. So 6 months, 6 months of learning and 2 months of internship experience.
God's gifts in Dubuisi is saying the training fee is $750. Mr. FMNA, do you want to confirm or
Yeah, it's $750 discounted. The actual cost of the training program is $900. So the $750 is for the first 20 people from my nail session. Okay, so it's not open to literally everybody. It's only based off the people that join the community and are willing to get started. So it's $750 discounted for Nanel's followers,
coming?
okay? For community. Yeah, that's a better word. Okay, so join that community. You will eventually make payment based off that. You get $750. Okay, now the good thing is you're not expected to pay $750 at a go. You could actually break it down into 5 monthly payments, and that you'll be paid like $150 every single month. So making it easy for you to get started. Okay.
Okay. Mr. FMNA, is there anything you want to add? We have done 50 minutes so far. Anything you want?
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my own experience is like so many other people's experience that I've gone through it analytics. Okay, mentorship is everything. Okay, follow the person that knows the way, and that's the reason why we started analytics. Imagine me relocating to Ireland. Okay, working in the warehouse for almost 9 months. Okay, then eventually I got a job with the same company. Okay, so nothing changed. It's the same individual, it's the same person. Moved from the warehouse, working to working as a BI developer. Now, the key question you need to ask yourself today is not, the market is saturated. There are plenty of people learning data analytics and many people learning business analysis. That's not the question. The key thing is you. You should focus on yourself. You see, the moment I started focusing on other people, other people's achievements, okay? So I saw a person that got a job as software developer, product design, and I was moving here and there, not being focused. I got distracted. So today, focus on yourself. Okay, the grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. Okay, so imagine if I'd moved to another career path, I probably would have struggled for months and months and months before I eventually get something good out of it. Okay, now if you are going into a career path, focus on that career path, learn as much as you can, gain as much experience as you can, and put yourself out there. Okay, put yourself out there, apply. Majority of the roles I get, even till date, are jobs that look so high up there, on the job board, and I'll feel like I usually still have that fear that can I do this job? And eventually, when I get in, it's like, why was I scared to apply for this kind of job? So, long story short, is Analytics is your perfect training buddy. So we train you, okay? We package you for the job market, and we also help you land that job, okay, at the end of the day. So if you're looking at getting started, there is no better place to be than Analytics. All right. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much, FMNA. As for this, your advice, I think it even applies to any other sector as well. I mean, yeah, that's really good. Daniel is saying that I'm in Scotland and got my care job here thanks to you, Nanelle. I found an Alexis through your videos. I spoke to Elizabeth and I'm joining today. Oh,
Awesome.
thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you. Come back and let me know, okay, how you found it. Okay. Victoria is saying there should have been some discount for Africans. Oh, that's why they are discounting all my community members, Victoria. Victoria, if you want to join, come to me. I'll pay some for you. JJ, is it JJ Rollins or JJ what? JJ, do you want to ask Mr. FMNI a question? Remy is saying that I already have the knowledge. I just need a mentor. How much is that going to cost, please?
Knowledge is subjective. Okay. I've worked with a ton of people that say they have knowledge. Okay. Or I've learned these things before. I can't guarantee where you learned it. That's the major problem. Okay. So I would need to assess your knowledge first before I know that you do have that. Oh, sorry.
JJ, can I see your face?
Ah, okay.
Please.
Uh, just 1 second, please.
Okay. JJ is now wearing his trousers. Okay. Olatan says, Danielle, will it be possible for you to do something like this for folks interested in transitioning into customer service officer roles, remote or physical? If I get someone willing to help, why not? How can I join your community? So I am sharing the community link again because someone wants to join the community. So I'm sharing it again. Okay. Just click on it and join now and come back to watch the live. Just click on it now. JJ, you finished wearing your clothes. Okay. JJ. JJ, where are you? Is it John
Yes.
Jerry or what?
Um, my name is no, it's Judy.
Hey, you have to think about your name. Okay. As for this one, there's no way I'll accept it, but it's fine. Do you have any question for Mr. Femena?
Okay. Question. I stay in London, UK, and uh, somehow I've been following analytics for some time. And let me just say, question I want to ask now is that do you like the issue with UK here is always a problem of UK work experience. If you have that UK work experience, it's always a big problem. Each time applying for a job role, they will keep telling you that you don't have UK work experience. Even if I have transferable skills, you understand, but from back home in the UK, but they're not having anything out of it. You understand? So how do you solve in that situation? Or how do you mitigate in that?
Okay, very good question. What career path are you interested in? So I can tailor it better to suit you.
Well, definitely, into the I'm a data person, you understand? So I
Okay.
like data. Anything has
Uh,
to do with data, that's why I want to be in. Because they say data is the new crude oil money now.
is it 100%? Okay, so this notion of UK experience or whatever country experience that you need to have in order for you to get a job in that country. So you see Canadians saying that they need Canada experience. UK people will say they need UK experience. Guys in Ireland will say they need Irish experience to get a job. It's to say it very gentle. It's absolutely fallacious. There's nothing like UK experience. There is nothing like Irish experience. So now I would explain it better so you understand. Now, you're a data professional. You know how to use Excel. You know how to use Power BI. You know how to use Excel, Power BI, Tableau, SQL. SQL from Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe is the same SQL you use in the UK. It's not different. It's not. There's no Nigerian or African Excel, and there is African or UK Excel. No, it's the same Excel. So the
Hmm.
Excel that you're using back home is the same Excel you still use in the UK. The Power BI, the Python, and all the things that you use back home is the same tools and things that you need here. So the main problem, like I said earlier, is packaging. How do you present yourself? Okay? How do you present that experience? How do you talk about your experience? Now, let me give you a very perfect example. So, if I do a lot of interviews. What I do now is implementation. So, after implementing, then these startups or the companies I get to work with need to recruit people to take up that implementation, to understand and work on that implementation. So, I do a lot of recruitment. Now, if I'm recruiting somebody and I want to know the person has experience, I would ask what we call situational based question or what they call scenario based question. So I would go like, JJ, you say you have experience with Power BI. Okay. Well, can you tell me a time you you imported data from an SQL database, okay, and it was giving you an error? What did you do? You would struggle. Some people would struggle to answer that question. Or tell me about a time you imported the wrong data for the wrong project, blah blah blah. How do you solve that kind of situation? So I want to listen to your experience. I want to listen to you speak. So how do you answer the question? A lot of people will freestyle their answers. Oh, I can remember that. Okay, they come up with just flimsy. Even though the experience is there, but they don't know how to communicate that experience. So now, a simple way to do this is using the STAR technique. STAR, situation first, the task next, the action, and your result. Situation first, and I usually tell people, you need to paint that situation in a very terrible way. You need to put it in a way that without you, that situation would have cascaded into something terrible for the organization. Either loss of money, loss of customers, loss of processing time, or something bad for them. So while I was working with this organization, this is what happened. Okay. And these are the tasks I performed. This was the action I took. Okay. And at the end, this was the result. And this result led to a significant jump in revenue or a significant increase or something positive to the organization. Just know how you want to structure your answer in that same way, okay, that you won't get more heads, nodding at your answers. Let me, how do you introduce yourself? As simple as tell me about yourself. Can we meet you? How do you answer that question? Some people will freestyle. Oh, my name is Ephima April. I have 10 years of experience in data analytics. Before I started working in this, you now start talking about your history of experience. It's a waste of time. It's not tailored. It's freestyled. So another structure is use the seat approach. Seats, SEA.
Hey,
Talk
FMN
about your
will kill us.
person. Talk
Hey,
about experience. Talk about your achievement, and talk
hey.
about the type of person that you are.
Okay.
Okay, skills, experience, achievement, and T is to tie it to yourself, traits, and tie it to the job itself. So you see a lot of people, the job descriptions, they are looking for somebody that knows how to use Power BI, Excel, and SQL, but you will just ramble all the experiences that you have. Oh, my name is, I am the seventh child of 12 children. I am I come from Nigeria. All these things are not relevant. Talk about the role, skills, experience, achievement, traits, and the type of person that you are. How you answer questions during the interview portrays how you know, or if you have experience or you don't have experience. So everybody that tells you that you need UK experience is rationale. They're rationalizing. So when I was getting rejection emails too back then, I was telling people that, oh, it's because my name is Ephemena. I need to change it to Michael.
Really, the thing occurred to me also.
Yes, you to occur to that's rationalism. You're rationalizing the reason why you're getting rejection emails. You're rationalizing I'm getting rejections because I don't have UK on my experience. So what I did at the time, I was working in the warehouse. I went to go and put warehouse on my CV. I went to I put warehouse operative, and I put some job description in there to show them that I am working in the country, to show them that I have that UK experience. I can work with UK people, I can work with Irish people, I can do all that thing. And I got massive rejection emails. So when I met with the mentor at the time and I told the person that this is my CV, the lady laughed. She was like, you want to get a data analyst role, but your current job is warehouse operative. I mean, it's like saying, JJ, you want to repair your car. You want to repair your Mercedes Benz. You look like someone that has a Benz. Okay. So you want to repair your Mercedes Benz and you have application of mechanics that have sent you their quotes and their profile. Then one of them is telling you that I am currently a cleaner, but I can do the job if you employ me. Would you give that kind of person that opportunity? It's not possible. So anybody of you that have like you are in care and you want to switch from care, you want to switch from warehouse, and you have that on your CV, it's a red flag already. All right. So these are the kind of things that would help you do. Okay. In sense of this is where we are failed. I failed for 2 years. You don't have to do that also. All right. And that's where success comes in. And that's what would help you achieve at the end of the day. Does this make sense, JJ?
Yeah, makes sense. Makes so much sense. I get you.
Let me also add that with 10 analytics, they also do give you like experience as well. So it's not like just after the training, they're letting you go. So they have, like I said, they have a sister company where you do internship after that. Okay. And
Okay.
during that internship, they'll give you projects to work on. Okay, you build your portfolio, and in this particular sector, that's what they look out for. Okay, in this particular IT analyst, whatever sector, that's those are the things they look at. Your portfolio, that's what they look at, and you'd have been able to build a beautiful portfolio during your training period and also your internship with their sister. What's the name of your sister company? What is it called?
I'm Dari. So I'm
I'm
Dari
that.
is the internship
Yes. So
platform.
everybody who goes through analytics will work at Dari, and they will give you that reference to that employer that, oh yes, we this guy worked at Dari, okay, as well. So you do get a bit of experience as well. Plus, in this sector, like I said, the main thing is the portfolio and then your friend is saying, how do you call it? Your there's something I want to say, it's not coming. Your the portfolio that you have built in this particular sector, that's what they look at, okay. And like he said, all the other things, the packaging and all the other things, how you present yourself. Mr. Efemena, I see that you like acronyms a lot. We've learned SEAT, geek, shaggy, say, skills, experience, achievement, trade. And honestly, this particular thing will work in any field, even as a nurse. Like, come to think of it, if you are asked of you in an interview, this would also apply. And then you mentioned the star approach as well, and
Yeah.
you've mentioned the learn package apply. So it's like
Yeah.
you deal with A, the F,
It's easy for me to remember. It's easy to
yeah,
remember the
I like
LP,
that. I like
ST.
that. I'm learning as well. Somebody's laughing at us right now. Um, Evelyn is saying, thank you, Nanel. I have signed up for one of the courses last Wednesday. Thanks to you, and God bless you. God bless you too. Someone is asking, I have joined. How much for cybersecurity? I think everything is the same price.
Yeah, all the
All
same
the
thing.
pathways are the same price. It's not like cybersecurity is more expensive. Oh. So you have to know which one best suits your personality and best suits your experience and the kind of person you are and what you can. But I would say that go for the one that will give you the fastest job. And you only
Really?
find out.
Which one is it?
Yeah. So join the chat. They'll discuss with you.
That's a good
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I really
Thank you so
appreciate.
much for joining.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
and Nanel, congratulations on your new status.
My new status.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All
God
right.
bless you. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
you too.
yeah. Nanel, have you joined? So let me tell you guys a secret. I'll only share here. My husband is joining soon, and I've spoken to Mr. Des about it. For me, I have something ahead of me. I have not joined yet. One geek, one more question. Guys, it's over an hour. We promise that we will make it very. So is CCIE still valued in the IT industry? Please, what's that?
I guess it's a certification, but I really don't know what that is. So even looking at certificate at this point in time, I still tell people certifications are nearly dead to a very large extent. Okay, and even looking at certificates don't. A lot of beginners. Let me just wrap it up like this. A lot of beginners have learned and they feel like they need something to back up their learning, so they get certificates. But in the job market, if you go on any job, but I tell people just spend 2, 3, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever time you have, spend it on that job or that job that you want to get. Spend the next few minutes just looking at different jobs and look at the things that is required. The number one thing there everywhere is experience. Nobody talks about, and you must have these certain certificates to get a job. So, why are you chasing certificates? Get a job first, okay? Maybe in your career as you progress, and you want to get into certain high level and all that, you probably need to get a certificate or thereabout. But the key thing is for you to get your foot into the door. Get a job. You don't need a certificate to get a job. It's nowhere. You will never see it anywhere. So those are the things I will tell you. So it's not. I don't even know what CCIE is, but it doesn't really matter to me because it's you don't need to get a job. Okay, experience over credentials. Fantastic, beautiful.
Honestly, someone says, Nanel, I can't see the link. Julius, I'm posting the link again, okay? I'm posting the community one. Just join now. If you have any other question, we can take it as well. I'm just going to answer the last few questions in the comments, but I have posted the community. Just join now. Kiki is saying that, please let us know how your husband is finding it, maybe in a later video. Of course, of course, of course. Which course can I do? See, Fred, me, if you ask me, I may not be able to explain. That's why I'm saying that go into the chat. You all know I'm a nurse, okay? I've only gotten to know a lot about IT through my working with analytics. Honestly, I didn't know nothing. So I won't be the best person. Join the chat, ask to speak with one of them, okay? And then yeah. So the experience of our credentials, I don't know if you even mean what you are saying, but it is so true. I mean, I always brag about my husband. My husband went to the University of Manchester here in the UK. He was one of the few people to get the extinction and all of that. When he finally came to the UK when he came as an international student, he did the masters. He went back to Ghana. Then we got married. He came to the UK, and even the jobs under his discipline he's a petrochemical engineer that he's applying for. Do you know what they told him? They told him he doesn't have UK experience when he schooled in the UK. Okay. And he even got a letter from his project manager in the University of Manchester to write how good he was as a student and all of that as a reference from him. It hasn't gotten him a job in that sector. So I'm telling you, it's not about the course that you are doing. Honestly, they value the skill sets. I'm telling you. That is why I'm saying that joke around. Some people think, oh, because it's not a university. There was a gentleman that I interviewed. I think he's called Mr. Bedenego. He's a past alumni or an alumni of Ten Analytics. I interviewed him not long ago. The video is still on my channel. You guys can go and watch. He was in an actual classroom learning about data and everything, but even that did not get him a job because he did not get the skills that he needed from that class. And this was a school in Canada also, if I remember correctly. So joke around and say whatever you want to say. People think because it's not like a university. That's not how the world is going now. I'm telling you guys.
Let me just say this. I usually would ask people this question:
Okay.
experience over credential. So, if you want to sew a clothes today, you have a party you want to go to, all right, and you want to sew a particular design of clothes or a suit or whatsoever. Now, this to everybody. Now you have two tailors. Now the first tailor is just finished from one of the best fashion schools and has a certificate of, oh, I just finished from the graduated best fashion designer whatsoever. And you're asking the tailor, can I see some of the things that you've done? And the person doesn't have anything. But other certificate to tell you that yes, I graduated and I'm
And
good.
there's Vicky James.
And
And you
there's
see
another person that doesn't
all
have
the
any
clothes that
certificate.
Vicky James has sewn. Meanwhile,
Thank
Vicky
you.
James did IT. Oh no, let me not say IT. Meanwhile, Vicky James did maybe religious whatever studies in school.
Botany or whatsoever.
Yes. She did nothing relating to fashion.
Nothing that has to do with
And
fashion.
you see the skill set that she has. Who are you going to employ? Who are you going to employ? Who are you going to let sew your dress for you? I think that's a brilliant example. Guys, it's been long. I don't think I can give Mr. FMNS contacts to you. But if you want to enroll, guys, let me put the link here so you can just use it. And if you want to join the community as well, the link is here. Let me put the link over here as well. Just join. Guys, you don't need to necessarily enroll today and pay today. Maybe you still have some questions unanswered. Go there, ask them. Be sure of what you are investing in. Okay. Ask all the questions that you need to ask. Okay. You can even ask for a one-on-one call with one of them. Okay. Just go on the chats and then have a discussion with them. The last thing I want is for people to put their monies where they don't understand just because Manuel has said it. Go and ask them yourself and find out and decide and plan your life around it. Honestly, thank you
Yeah.
guys so much. Your final words, Mr. Femina, and
All right. The key thing here in every decision that you're going to make, this is going to be the toughest decision, and that is starting. So when you want to start something, that's the thing that's the first step of you actually taking an actual step or an actual effort to start that thing is the most difficult aspect of you in your entire process. So I understand some of you might have doubts. Can I get a job? Will I get a job? Will I do this? Will I become a millionaire? Will I do this? Blah 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 and all that doubt. All those things are running through your head. And that's what we call analysis paralysis. When you analyze situations before you even start. Will I get a job? Will I put yourself in that situation? Put yourself there. All right? And watch yourself blossom. So I was asking myself the same question when I was relocating. Would I be able to get a job? Would I be able to, do this? Would I be able to do that and all that? But eventually I took that step, which is to relocate. And I'm pretty sure most of us has relocated or we've all relocated already. So long story short is start. The amount of effort that you put in, you literally will get it back. Okay. And when you get that first job, you remember exactly what I said today. Starting is the hardest thing you would ever do. So all I would say today, instead of overanalyzing, join the WhatsApp community, ask us any daring questions, any questions that you have. Oh, I have this, I have that, I don't have this, I don't have that. Okay, what can I do? We would answer all those questions for you. So if you're puzzled, Okay, will I be able to get a job? I'm not smart. I'm not. I don't think I can do this by myself. I need assistance. I need whatever questions or whatever you need to get it started. Literally, it's just a WhatsApp community. There's no community. There's no commitment. Just join and ask your questions. Okay, and we have a ton of testimonials of people that have gotten jobs. So we have proof from our concept, from our own methodology. So if you want to join us, I can guarantee you that the amount of effort that you put in, you're going to reap it back. But you get that desired job that you're looking for. So looking forward to having you on board, guys.
Yeah. Gig shagging. Mr. FMN now, very, very well said. Gig
Yes.
shagging is saying that my student visa expires by January. Is there a means for a COS job in tech on or before then? Gig, you are not joining this out of desperation to stay in the UK. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You are joining it. So first of all, China Alexis is not promising you a COS job in the UK. They are not promising you a visa sponsored job in the UK. No, 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 no. They are not. So if your only reason for joining is that, I would advise that you don't. They are saying that they do have a platform where they do put vacancies that or job vacancies that provide visa sponsorship. They do that, but they are not promising that you're definitely going to get a job before January. Hey, you even give them, yeah, like you have a deadline to meet. We are not doing that here. But what Mr. Deza would usually say is that he has this statistics that he will usually talk about, that there are currently what's number of IT jobs in the what, you know how he's very I mean, kind of say. So at the moment, I would say that there are even more IT vacancies than there are nursing vacancies in the UK. There's always one IT job or the other, right? And they are paying very, very well. So you have a high chance. And the way the world is moving now to AI and tech and all of that is honestly the way to go, right? So you have a better chance of getting a good job if you go into this sector. That's what we are preaching. And we are saying that with 10 analytics as well, they share visa sponsored job vacancies, but we are not promising you that you're going to get that. On this note, I will end with Mr. with address comment. He says, boom, shaka, laka, laka. Mr. Femena, is that you?
No, no, I'm pretty sure. Is he Adowa?
It's
Adowa, I'm not sure.
Adua. No, I'm talking about the picture. Is that you?
That was me, yeah.
Was that the warehouse days?
That was the 90 days, honestly.
Niger days. This is even before warehouse. Okay, 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 okay. Don't mind me.
Yeah,
Mr.
not
Femena.
like okay. So I
Okay.
know Adowa is part of the program. She's either he or she is part of it. So they have
Adua is a she.
that's something I usually would say after a session or after a video.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So Adua is probably a student at analytics.
most
Okay.
likely, most likely, 100%. I can be certain.
That's why she say boom chakalaka. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So everybody, boom what?
boom shakalaka. Let's
Boom
go.
chakalaka. Bye bye. Thank you guys so much for joining. It's been a
All right,
wonderful session. Bye.
bye.
Boom chakalaka.